Krishna tells Arjuna, but those who worship me, meditating on me alone, to them who ever persevere, I bring attainment of what they have not, and security in what they have. Very, very famous verse, and I say from the outset that this is not a verse worth teaching or verse worth reading about, it's a verse worth experiencing. In this verse, Shri Krishna describes a great state where one is devoted to God on all four directions. Shri Krishna uses the word there. Look at the last word in the second line, meaning that wherever this devotee looks, all the devotee can see is the Supreme Soul. Anyamam upasate. Shri Krishna says that for a devotee who has reached the state and who has become steady in him with a single-minded feeling, he brings Yoga Shemam Vahamiham. Yoga Shemam Vahamiham, the last line, attainment of what they have not got and security in what they have. This last line of this verse has become mantra representing the goal in the lives of so many saints and so many great souls. This is because if you leave material things and just turn a little in another direction, the first worry that a human being has is what is going to happen to his or her bread and butter. They worry about how their lives will run. This is because it's a common belief that if we perform business, work, and what we call a selfish activity, then homes will not run, otherwise the homes will not run. If you look at one way, this is a very sincere doubt, because we're all sitting in the material world with our own responsibilities, and if we do not do them, then who will do them? How will all of this work? This is the first question that comes into our minds. This is why whenever you ask any person to perform devotion, then they say that first they want to become settled, and then they will perform bhakti devotion. First they want to become settled, then they will perform devotion. It is as if it's two different things. Either you become settled or you perform devotion. Does that therefore mean that if you walk on the path of God, then your life will not run? Those who have walked on the path of God and have put the hands in hands of the Supreme Truth have been given continuous reassurance from this verse, and the reassurance that the Supreme Soul gives is not an empty reassurance. He means what he says. I always say that in the Gita, Shri Krishna has given so many promises in the Gita and has signed them with an affidavit. One of these, an important document, is Yoga Ksheram Vahamyaham. I bring attainment of what they have not and security in what they have. Yoga Kshema is not only bread and butter. Srimad Adi Shukracharya says that when there is a combination of attainment of what you have not got and now security of what you have, then this is called Yoga Kshema. Yogasya Papasya Prapnam Kshema Tarakasharam Tad Ubayam Vami Prapyam Aham. Srimad Adi Shukracharya says this. You get what you did not have before, and you have security in what you have. Why does God do all of this? Because these two are the normal activities of life. They're efforts to attain what you have not got already, and the efforts to maintain what you already have. These are both the two most important activities in life. God says that He does both of these two things. The first reason is that what Shri Krishna has already said in the 17th verse of the 7th chapter of the Gita that we covered already. Tesham jnana nitya yukta eka bhakti vishishyate priyo hi gnani notam aham shacharam api yataha. Of these, the wise one who is in constant union with the divine, whose devotion is single-minded, is the best. For I am supremely dear to him, and he is dear to me. Shri Krishna then says in the 18th verse of the 7th chapter of the Gita, Udarya sarvavatte nanitu mama atma eva. Noble indeed are all of these, because remember he said in the 7th chapter, there are 4 reasons why people come to God. And remember from chapter 7. The first one, a person in distress. Number 2, the seeker for knowledge. Number 3, a person who wants to attain something, the covetous person. And the 4th, the person who worships God without reason, out of love. Shri Krishna says that no indeed are all 4 of these, but the sage, I hold, the person who worships God just out of love, I hold is verily myself. God says he's not a different person, he's myself. A knowledgeable person is the self of the Supreme Being. Now firstly, if a devotee is supremely dear to God, and secondly, if a devotee is the self of the Supreme Being. If it's for the devotee there is nobody but God, and God feels that the devotee is his self, then will God not make such a devotee's life run? God says, by running this devotee's life, God is running his own life. God says that he does not support a devotee who is other than him, but God supports himself. That is why God does all of this. Srimad Adi Shankaracharya gives reason for this, that God loves devotees, and these devotees are the same form as God. And if God runs the lives of these knowledgeable people and unique devotees, then who runs the lives of other people? Anyone know? Consider that we have not reached the state described in the first part of this verse. Then who will run our lives? If God says that He makes these devotees attain what they have not got and gives security in what they have, then who runs things for other people? The Supreme Soul runs things for other people as well, but there is specialness with devotees. What is the specialness? Srimad Adi Shankaracharya says that all other people are making efforts for themselves, but unique devotees do not see anything apart from God and do not even feel in their minds that they're doing things for themselves. If somebody gives us money, then we feel as if we got the money, and therefore we put the money into our pockets or in a bank and we look after it. If we have to take the money out of this or to give it away, we get sad because the amount of money is reducing. All of this would happen to us in that situation. But a person who has reached the level of being a unique devotee never feels like this, because such a unique devotee feels that the wealth that is there should be used for the purpose in which it is being used. Such a unique devotee never gets bliss in attaining the thing, and never gets sadness in using money for a good cause. It just flows. Just like you're sitting on the river bank and you're splashing your feet in the water, then you don't get worries if the water in the river continues to flow. This is because you know that the water will come and go. In the same way, when a unique devotee has wealth and is using this wealth for good purposes, then this devotee feels exactly as if he was splashing his feet in water, and does it with the same amount of freedom and the same amount of peace in his mind. The second revelation is that a unique devotee does not have any greed for wealth. He does not have any greed for wealth. There are two types of vritti, attitude in society. The first is a gruda vritti, a greedy attitude, and the second is a buddha vritti, enlightened attitude. The majority of people have a gruda vritti, a greedy attitude. From gruda vritti, greedy attitude, has come the word yid. Anyone know what this means? It means vulture. A vulture just keeps gathering things. Buddha, as in Buddha, the very, very famous enlightened person, Buddha means a knowledgeable or enlightened one. Such a person doesn't keep gathering things. For such people, God gives them what they have not already got and brings security in what they have. Yoga means prosperity and Shema means welfare. God gives both these things. For Ramanujacharya, yoga means the attainment of the Supreme Soul, and Shema means not having to fall back in a circle of life and death. Evalam eva bhagavat tadana te arata bhagavan eva tesham yog sheham vanti. Ramanujacharya says that the Supreme Soul gives these things to us, and God in reality does these things for us. If you do experience even a little in your life, then you realize that the Supreme Soul runs our lives. People don't have faith in the words of the Supreme Soul, and this is the biggest difficulty. People have faith in the corporations in life. It is an emblem in the Life Insurance Corporation of India, the LIC, that there are two hands holding a lamp, and in it says this verse from the Gita, Yoga Shema Vahamiham. God runs our lives. We have so much faith in corporations. People are so practical that after 2 or 3 months after someone gets married, then they ask them whether they've taken out life insurance. The person who's just got married replies that he just got married 2 or 3 months ago, and therefore what should he take out life insurance? The other person says that life insurance is there so that if something happens to him, then it will give security to his family. Therefore, this person pays a premium. It's a good thing, and there's nothing wrong in doing some planning. People pay the premium every year before they get a notice, and note it down in their diaries. Whether the insurance corporation says a notice or not, they feel as if they have to pay the premiums. They have faith in corporations. They have faith in those who have stolen Sri Krishna's words, yet do not have faith in the person who preached those words. Have these people paid a premium to Sri Krishna? And Sri Krishna's premiums are different because they're the premiums of time and karma. When Guruji began the commentary on this verse, then he said that, when I began commentary on the verse, it said that this is a verse not worth talking about, it's a verse worth experiencing. There are so many such verses in the Gita that are not worth talking about, and you have to put them in practice to know the meaning of these verses. When Guruji was talking about this verse 20 years ago, then he was talking about it in a different way, and when he talks about this verse today, then he also talks about it in a different way. Those who have known Guruji for decades will know this. God looks after us, and looks after us totally and properly. How can the world look after us more than the Supreme Soul looks after us? Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Let's go to the next verse.